awesome. She's magnificent. She is powerful. She is a woman of God. She's originally born in Philadelphia, later moved and grew up in the Bronx, and life issues such as broken home, violence, poverty, just to name a few. But y'all know we're gonna pull some more out of her tonight, but y'all know, just to name a few, she was and still is a dreamer and loves performing. With the support of her family, community, and limited funds, she continues to step out on faith, turning passion of filmmaking along with obedience to God from dream to reality. I love it. Not only has she been writing, directing, and producing original dramatic stage plays, dinner shows, concerts, and special events for past 18 years, but she continues to produce films that challenge the mindset of everyday thinking while overcoming micro budgets through God's favor of increase. Oh, my God, this sounds nothing. This sounds so much like the favor of God all over this woman. So right now I am introducing to you none other than Sister Tina Batten. How are you this evening?
Hi, sis. I'm doing well. And a shout-out to all my family, my East Coast family, my West Coast family, and all the listeners. It's such an honor and a privilege to be on the radio today with you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. How was your day on today?
Oh, it's always full, sis. It's always full.
Always looking for a way to get through it. Amen, amen.
Absolutely.
Amen.
But it was a good day. Thank you. It was a very good day, sis.
Awesome. You are welcome. Tell us who Tina Batten is. Tell us who you are. I know I did a quick
telling stories. And then I'm a mama, right? I've got children. I'm a sister and a daughter and a cousin. Keep it moving. When the Lord lays something on your heart, you just got to be obedient and just stay mindful and keep that thing moving forward, knowing that everything is going to all work out for his good. And that's what I do. That's the type of person I am. I don't take no for an answer. Look, I can go on. You want me to keep going on, sis?
Look, you ran into one of my favorite scriptures. He works all things together for the good of them that love him and are called according to his. Yes, a woman on the rise. The other day on my other station, I had a woman on fire. And tonight, everybody, I have a woman on the rise. Oh, my God. She is rising above obstacles and things that when people say no, she is overcoming that with yeses, and I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love how you give God the praise in the midst of it. You put him in the front of it. Just in your introduction alone, it shows, God is there. The favor of God. No matter what, God is there. Come on, man.
I know where my help comes from. I really do.
I love it. Yes. Look, and not only know where it comes from, but I totally depend, trust, and rely upon it every single day. Every single day. Good, gracious, awesome. So, Tina, tell us what's the name of your business?
Sister Batten Productions.
Sister Batten
so I made it real easy. My brand, everything is Sister Batten Productions. Sister Batten, you can find me anywhere. You just Google me, Sister Batten. So I made it real easy. As long as you spell that last name right, you'll find me.
Awesome. That is awesome. And for the listeners, the audience that's out there, understanding that we are on Boss Radio, and Boss Radio is that platform where we allow business owners to come on and not just showcase their businesses, but let us know the story behind the business so that you can get an understanding of who platform is bound to be the one. And tonight it may just be Sister Batten Productions, just for you. Just for you. So with that being said, Tina, what services does Sister Batten Productions provide?
You know what? We're a faith-based production company, and I do the writing and producing and original films. And everything that we do and produce is all original material. The Lord lays, specifics on my heart, and I just do what He tells me to do for real, and bring it the most authentic way possibly that I can.
Awesome.
Either stage or film, whatever it is that He'll have me do. I started out doing stage plays, and then I started to go back to that. I've been doing film for the past few years, but my whole thing is, bringing encouragement and positivity and everything from the street. That's where I'm from, to the, because all of the projects are birthed right there on the stage, and then we do script adaptations and bring them to film. And so even if you saw a stage play and you saw the film, you still get something different from each project, which is wonderful.
That's right. That is so true, because, a lot of times people have books that they've written, and then they go on to do movies. And then some people say, well, the book is more than a movie, or I got more from the book than the movie, or vice versa. So each one brings out something in particular for whatever individual is watching at that time or at that moment. That is awesome. Awesome. And so you partner or collaborate with other organizations as well?
I do. Look, I knock on every door, and whoever opens up that door for a sister, I'm walking in. So I find a lot of favor with our church families, of course, our nonprofits, but whoever, I just believe that a good story is a good story. And I have this wonderful way of bringing these characters to life. And so they could be viewed anywhere. I mean, you can use them as evangelistic tool, church, anything, businesses,
Awesome. Now, is this your own work that you produce, or do you produce others' work as well?
So far, right now, this is my only work. I do partner with, I did a music video for Stacy. Hey, shout out to Stacy if you're listening. I love you, sis. She's a singer-songwriter, and we worked together on a vision that I had for one of the songs that she originally wrote for one of my films. And so, so collaborations like that. I've got a couple of book collaborations coming up, so lots of stuff, And then not only that, but as a writer of original material, I'm able to originate or write a material specific for a conference or, anything that leadership or anything that you may have special that you want to kind of keen on a specific social type of thing, you know what I mean? I can do that as well.
Awesome, because my hand is tapped into several industries, but my industry that's becoming more dominant now is the domestic violence and sexual assault industry. And so that's where my magazine is birthed, through that industry, praising God, because He is the one that's truly doing it. So I truly understand productions. What is your greatest challenge when you started the business?
You know what? If we would just move ourselves out the way, we can get a whole lot of stuff done. Okay? So that would be my greatest challenge. Because look, the Lord lays something on your heart, and it's huge, right? And you're like, wow, how am I? And so you start doubting right away. So if we just move ourselves out of the way, we can get a whole lot of things accomplished. Seriously. So that would be like the major, because that's big, moving yourself out the way. Your flesh, yourself, that gets in the way a whole lot of times and stops you from your dreams and moving forward in life. You know what I mean? So that was my biggest challenge, because I did not study this in school. This is all God-given. And so that was a challenge entering this industry. I've always been a performing arts, right? I danced when I was younger and that sort of thing. And I like to write. But it wasn't until I turned my life over to the Lord. And that's when those gifts and everything just it just enlarged. It just increased. And so stepping out with not going to school or anything I learned on the way. You know, I learned on the way. I learned from every production. You know, I attend workshops, and I encourage people to do so. But a lot of it is just God-given gifts, really.
Wow. So in all of that, you still had to invest in yourself.
Yeah. You can do this. Come on. Where the money going to come from? Come on, you know. And so, you know, favor. I'm telling you, the Lord's laid some stuff, and I've produced some wonderful, wonderful programs and had no idea where the money was coming from, but it was there. And it was through the family, the church family, the organization, teaming up with people, collabs. All of that is important. No idea, like, wow, God did that thing.
Where did it all come from?
He did that thing, because I know I didn't have it.
Yes, look, I like that. He did that thing. Look, most people, everybody's now saying, won't he do it? Look, he did that thing. Yes,
no, he did that thing, okay?
He did that thing. And so with that challenge, how did you overcome those challenges? Because I know for some, you know, there are different ways people have overcome things, but how did you overcome that challenge?
Sis, I kept moving forward, and I kept praying. Let me tell you, when we were working on the, I'm going to use the music video as just a little example. And the Lord gave me the vision of this music video. In this vision, I saw this white baby grand piano, okay? And I just knew I had to have this. It was the whole vision. Everything was worked around it. But where was I going to get this baby grand piano from, huh? So I kept moving forward with everything, our production schedule, our date, everything. I just kept moving forward, right? And it was about, I want to say it was less than a month. It was getting kind of close then. It was getting kind of close. And I still didn't have my hands on this. So the production company that I was working with, they looked and Googled and went on the internet and stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 there was 5 or 6 baby grand pianos that pulled up. And then she sent me the pictures and stuff. And I said, okay, what person is located closer to me? And then so make a long story short, we ended up getting that. We worked out a deal. It was a win-win for all parties with an extremely limited budget, and ended up having, it was a petite baby grand piano. And we polished it up. I mean, the body itself was 600 pounds. It took like 3-4 people to get. Come on now.
Wow.
Come on. And that was, and I still kept moving forward. So, and that was the whole vision of the whole production. So that's just one example of overcoming and continuing, no matter what it looks like, and moving forward with what he said me to do.
That's an inspiration. Keep moving forward, no matter what. I mean, you in what you're saying, you can just visualize the favor of God in each aspect. Even when you didn't see it in the beginning, you kept moving forward. And as you kept moving forward, you're telling God, I trust you no matter what.
Yes.
Even when it came down to the very end, I trust you. I'm going to keep moving forward. Because, you know, God's timing is not ours. And we always say he shows up right on time. It seems like it's the last minute always. But in actuality, in God's timing, it's never the last minute. It's always on time.
Yeah.
Always on time. That is amazing.
Yeah.
It is so
baby
amazing.
Grand piano. I mean, come on. That's
wow.
We couldn't do nothing but just fall on our knees. So thankful.
It was a win-win situation for everybody.
It was. It blessed all parties involved.
See, that you can only see the hand of God in that. For it to be nobody lost at no angle. It was win, win, win. And that's what, you know, it takes me back to the brand God gave me, that your fight is fixed. It was already fixed. You just had to walk in it. Position towards it, because it's already fixed. It's already fixed. I love it when he gave me that brand name. Oh my God, that's my peace. That's my all in all. That's everything. When somebody say no, I always say my fight is fixed regardless. You might give me no, but the next one going to give me a yes, because I know My sight was fixed over 2,000 years ago. I'm just walking the pathway for manifestation. That's it.
That'll preach.
Oh,
that'll preach.
Honey, yes, and I do preach it, too. I do preach it every chance I get. Yes, indeed, ma'am. No joke about it. I'm actually going to try to go back on tour with the Fight is Fixed conference. So, yes, ma'am. Yes. That's my baby right there. That is my baby. So tell us, how is your business, how does Sister Batten Productions help others?
You know what? I reach out a lot to our young people, and I provide a platform for them to utilize their God-given gifts. You know, so sometimes they're so quiet and you don't even know that these people can sing or they're poets or you just have no idea. But there's some talented young people out there, and they just need a chance. That's all. They just need an opportunity.
That's right.
And I'm a safe place for these babies to nurture and grow their talents. And, you know, they done went on and started writing themselves and produced their own CDs and music. And you know, it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
So, yes, it's important.
Awesome. So, as you were saying, you're spreading the hope and the inspiration and the encouragement from the street to the stage, and now film helping others. That is so dynamic. And especially with the youth, like you said, you know, everybody, I won't say everybody can't reach the youth. What needs to happen is a lot of times when adults try to reach the youth, they stay on adult level with it, instead of going to where the youth is at to reach them. And that's what I find amazing, when God can use you to go to the level of where they're at and just minister to them and let them know, yes, there's a better way. Yes, there is a God. Yes, you can do better. Yes, it's a yes if you just position yourself right. It's a yes.
That's right.
And
Absolutely.
so that is amazing.
Praise God.
That is so amazing. Good God.
I love them babies.
Yes, honey. Yes. That's actually the age group that I love working with is 18 to 21. I love working with, and most people think those are the hardest ones to reach, but I just thank God that He's given me that gifting to be able to reach them. I have a nonprofit where I provide transitional housing to the young adults aging out of the foster care system. And so I'm just thankful that, you know, that which He's given me, I'm able to reach them and prepare them for what's out there to come. It's amazing.
That's important.
It's amazing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because coming out of that system, a lot goes on, a lot of trauma, and they have a lot of trust issues. So if you can at least get one to trust you, you've done a major work. You've done a major work. Yes. So, Tina, what words of encouragement would you give to others that would want to start a production company?
I would say, well, you know, you got to be called. You know, working your calling.
That's
so
right.
if you're called to do such a thing, then you do it. If you're called to write, then you write. If you're called to sing, then you sing. You know, if you're called to draw, then you go ahead and draw. So first of all, make sure that you have a calling and love, because it's a lot of work.
Right.
It's a lot of work. And it's a lot of stepping out in faith, because, you know, be real, it takes money to do these things. And, you know what I mean? So really, I encourage people to know their calling and just walk in that. Walk in that.
Awesome. That is good, and they should be passionate about it.
Exactly.
Passionate. That's
and
right.
I mean, you can help out. You can. There's a lot of jobs. You know, there's a lot of work. You can intern. You know, see if you like it. You know, or there's so many different jobs within the production company. You know, so definitely mentorship. All of that is important, and it's helpful to kind of, I kind of like this, or I didn't realize that I had a knack for designing sets. I think I like doing that aspect of it, or I love just greeting the people and getting the paperwork signed. You know, it's all important.
Yes, it is.
It's all important.
Every piece of it is important. From the beginning to the end, it's important.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So knowing that in a production company, the days are quite busy, share with us a typical day. What's the day like at Sister
Well,
it
all depends. Like, if it's a production day and we're on set, then it's a long day of standing up, and then working your way to those particular larger productions. It's a lot of the appointments and phone calls and reaching out to people, and just, it takes a village, honestly, to make a movie or put on a stage play. There's a lot of moving pieces, and delegate certain things, to those that are able to handle the workload or what have you. And you just do it. So it's always networking. I always network, like what we're doing right now. Any opportunity that I get and have to share what the Lord has me doing, I'm doing it.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That is it. Now, let's say you have maybe a stage play. What's the day like with a stage play?
Oh, it's early. Look, again, a long day, because you've got your setup. You're there well before everybody else, because, you got to set up and get all your lighting, and even before your sound checks, and then your people coming in, and you have rehearsals and, going over the script. And even before that, it's like, it's so funny, because I say even when I finish the script, it has just begun. Because now you have to do all the other work. So you have these different stages within the production, from the writing aspect, your development stage, you know what I mean? And then scouting for your locations and your budgets and all of your paperwork, and there's tons of paperwork, and seeking out your actors and your performers and casting and appointments, and it's just full. It's just full. And there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yes. What is casting like? What is that like? Share with us the fun. I mean, I know there's some bruises in it too, but share with us the bruises, the fun, the successes about casting.
You know what? I love having open casting, because it's open to all people. You just never know who you get, who walks through that door. And it's all about the look. So I always tell people, don't take it too personally. I mean, even me, when I go for an audition or something like that, just to kind of brush up on my little skill, it depends on what they're looking for. You never know. Or sometimes someone could be so good, and they just touch your heart, that as a writer, I will write them in the script. I'm like, you know what? I got a character. It speaks to you. You know what I mean? And it's hold on to that. Keep that picture and that information right there. I'm gonna do something with that right there. I love that person, or what they brought, or how they articulated the words, or expressed themselves, or what have you. So as a writer, that's what I love, the freedom of it. When you're able to do your own thing, you can take it wherever the Lord has you to take it.
Right. Now, when it comes to writing the script, do you ever get writer's block or any of that?
I do. I do. And I'll set it down. I will. I'll set it down for a little bit.
Because I was getting ready to say, how do you overcome it? How did you overcome the writer's block part of that?
I'll set it down for a little bit, and just wait until I can hear again. I have to be able to hear. So sometimes it's my own fault, because I got so much noise. I got, life, everything's going on, and you can't hear properly. So if I just slow down, or take those, early mornings, and really just, commune with the Lord, I can hear my instructions. And then it'll develop. And I love water. I love the mountains. I love scenic views. And just that alone, you could sit there and it'll just flow. It'll just flow. And then the characters will start talking. You'll start hearing what you're supposed to hear. It's an amazing process.
Awesome. That is awesome. So that was stage play. What is the movie? I mean, I guess all of the casting is pretty much alike, as well as the scripting, should I say?
Mm-hmm. There's the writing is a little bit different. Stage plays and script writing. But what I did tell my actors, like they're first timers, is the difference between stage and film is that film is very subtle. You know, we don't have to yell like when we're on stage and trying to reach that back row. You know, everything is subtle. The look, the eyes, it's just subtle. And that was the biggest difference that I saw. And then not only that, but on stage plays and film, on stage I may be limited, you know, to certain scenes, but on film I can just take it wherever.
Wow.
You know, through special effects and, you know, all of these other cinematography and, you know.
Right.
So
awesome.
So it's a little bit different. It's wonderful.
Awesome. I'm excited just being educated about the production company. I always wanted to be a model. Never really thought about productions or any of that. I like the model acting type of thing. But I'm going to stay my lane until I am told to move out of my lane. So just being educated.
Send me your headshot, sis. Send me your headshot. I might be able to use you. Send me your headshot.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my God. Hey, look, I thank you for the opportunity. Look, I all I do is I wait for God to open up the doors. Until he does that, I always stay in my lane. But I love it when you say when you find a character or a person that is casting that has come in and there's no part for them, so to speak, you will write them in. And that's that unction, and I love that because it shows me that you are completely open to flowing in what God would have you to do. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't have anything to do with your production company, but has everything to do with that individual.
Yes.
And that is so powerful how, you know, God, he's so amazing. He reaches in there to make sure, you know, it's always a win-win situation, but being pushed where it has to be done. For whatever reason he says, but it's oh my God, glory be to God. But it's just I'm like sitting here. I don't all the pieces, and for lack of a better term, but all the pieces on the chessboard coming together, so to speak. It's amazing. It is so amazing. It's like I can visualize this thing. It's like, oh my God, like, see, that looks easy for me visualizing. But I know it's not easy. It's not easy. I understand that. But the anointing that rests upon you to do that, it is powerful. And I can see it like, oh, my goodness. So with that being said, what are some of the keys to becoming successful in your field, in the production field? What are some keys to becoming successful?
Well, you know, you have to tell a good story. It has to be a good story, number one.
I know that's right.
Okay, and I mean, because I'm not where I'm still reaching. I'm still rising. Right. Praise God. I'm still rising. Right. So I'm out there still, you know, shopping my, you know, scripts and looking for collaborators and financiers and all of that, you know, but number one, they're looking for a good story.
That's it.
And the Lord has blessed me to write some really good stories.
Awesome. Have you had, because I know we talk about successes, but let me ask this, have you had any failures? Would you have to do a do-over?
There's no do-over.
Yes, it could
but
be
I would say I learned from every project, good or bad.
Awesome.
I learned from every project. some things, it's like, oh, that kind of didn't work out as the way I wanted to. I'm going to tweak that a little bit, you know. So not necessarily failures, but some things it's like, I got to tweak that a little bit. I'm going to work on that a little bit, or that needs to spend more time on that, or what have you. But you keep it moving forward. You don't stop.
That's right. That's right. Awesome. That is good. So having that good story, a good story, and not just a good story, but a catchy story, one that would catch somebody to say, "Oh, wait a minute," because we can have all kinds of movies on the TV, so to speak, but just having one that's showing and something in the midst of it happening, that, oh, wait a minute, let me turn back there. That looks like it was really good. Just catching the eye of an individual so that they can get to see that story, and knowing the business is definitely a key. You got to know.
Just keep moving forward. I mean, you just have to keep it moving. And creative people are able to do that. You're always creating the next thing, or the next this, or the next, you know what I mean? And so you just keep moving forward with all you do. Growing and learning along the way. That's it.
Because I love it. Creative visionaries are very creative. They're very creative, and I love being a visionary. And it's like God would, like you were saying in the beginning, God will show you all these different things. And He show you so much, you got to write them down, because you don't know which parts are moving with which pieces just yet. You just know. Anthony is staying in His presence to hear Him speak, to let you know what move to make.
Absolutely. And always reaching out and networking. You never know who that one person may be.
That's right.
You never ever.
In general, and knowing who the ultimate producer is, and definitely trusting and relying on Him. And like you said, network is so important, especially in a production company. Networking is key. Networking with the right person, because you can network with the wrong person, and it can make or break you before you even get started.
And building those relationships. Absolutely. Building those relationships and just these stories that again, I'll say this. A lot of people, let's say in the community, some folks don't really go to church or what have you for whatever reason. But whenever they hear about a Sister Batten production, they'll come, right? But not knowing that you're going to still get the word and entertained. Or film, or whatever, if it's stage or film, whatever it is. The film screenings as well. And you come and you not really knowing, because you were invited maybe or whatever. And you're changed. It opens up communication when you see these specific issues being played out before your eyes. And we need it. There's a lot of that other stuff on TV. Not everybody want to see all that.
No, not at all.
You don't really want to see all that, And so with any of my productions, you're able to just really just get involved with these characters and be like, oh, my goodness, I know somebody like that. They're relatable. My auntie went through this. She got, but there's a turning around. There's some type of a deliverance. You done tried everything else, but have you tried Jesus? And it's showing you in a realistic, non-preachy way. Like, this is life, period. Laid out, stuff happens. How you going to deal with it?
That's right.
And have you tried Jesus? Have you tried this way? Huh? Have you tried? You done tried everything else, You cut yourself, you drink, you do all these other things. But have you tried this particular way? And it just opens up conversation, and it's just in a loving, anointed type of way. And so they're very important. They're very important now.
Awesome.
And they can also be used as evangelistic tools and outreach.
Mm-hmm.
Get the community together. You see a movie night with some popcorn, but not knowing, you're going to get that anointing going to come through that screen, and the people are going to get changed. You start praying afterwards, or you start talking first, and then it starts opening up, and then it leads to praying, which leads to deliverance, which leads to salvation.
That's it. Being healed and
so
made
it's
whole.
Extremely important. Yes.
Yes, very, very, very. What tools and or resources are essential to doing a production company?
You know, what I don't have, I partner with.
That's it.
Okay? So whatever it is that you don't have, I partner. For instance, I don't, if I don't have or if I need a certain camera or whatever, then you partner with these. You know what I mean?
That is awesome. So partnering is key. It's just like collaboration. Those are other keys, other tools that are needed for a person that wants to do their own production company. Very powerful. Sister Batten, before we sign off here, I definitely have to have you to tell our listeners how they can contact you to either learn how to start their own production company, want to be a part of a production company. Tell us how can they make contact with you in all aspects.
Oh, absolutely. Reach out to me. I got Facebook. The whole brand is Sister Batten. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Visit sisterbatten.com, and you can learn a lot of information. You'll see trailers. Subscribe to the YouTube. There's Vimeo on demand. If you just want to kind of check out, rent $3.99, rent the movie and see what we got going on. You know what I mean? So I'm real easy. I'm accessible. I am accessible. Yes. So visit the website, I would say. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit me up on Facebook.
Awesome. And her website is www.sisterbatten.com.
You got it.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And Facebook, Sister Batten Productions.
Yes.
Twitter, Sister Batten.
Yes.
Vimeo on demand. Download Sister Batten Films. You can get her films on there. Listen, she has various means and ways to communicate with her. Get to it, all of you that looking to hit the production field or you need some guidance, and some of you authors out there that may want to team up with her, listen, reach out. She is here. The platform is here. The door is open. The favor is raining. Get in on it. You can never say the opportunity wasn't there. Some of you that have books and want to do movies and need some wisdom, some insight, here's a coach. She can coach you through it. She's been doing this. How long you been doing this, Sister Batten?
Oh, my goodness. I don't want to say, but it's been a minute. It's been a minute. It really has.
Well, give it to them in years so they know that you have the history and the experience.
Okay. I wrote my first stage play in 1998.
Okay. See?
There you go.
She got experience from 1998, y'all. Y'all hear that, right? And the woman knows how. The woman on the rise, Tina Batten. She knows how to network. Listen, the door of opportunity is here for you. Do not miss it. Again, you can reach her on her website, www.sisterbatten.com.
Yes.
Facebook, Sister Batten Productions. You can subscribe to her YouTube channel, Sister Batten Productions. Twitter, Sister Batten, as well as Vimeo, Vimeo on demand. And you can download her videos, Sister Batten Films. So there is no excuse to reach out to her. And if you don't think that you can get through that, then hit me up on Facebook, Vanessa Johnson Brinkley. I will get you connected, okay? I will get you connected. So,
and I do want to add, sis, that endorsing doesn't cost a dime. and just telling somebody. You know what I mean? Just endorsing. If you got 1,000, all these million people on your social network, use it. Those influencers out there, help spread the word.
That's it. And before we close out tonight, Sister Batten, tell us or give us the because I know you were inspired by many people. And because they inspired you, inspire the audience tonight. Leave them with words of encouragement, words of wisdom.
I just want all the listeners to know that of myself as an overcomer, that you can press forward and move on with anything that you want to do in life. Anything that you want to do in life, it can be accomplished. One of my favorite scriptures is, for with God there's nothing shall be impossible. And just step out with faith and do it. Just step out of faith and do it.
Awesome. So everyone, you've been listening to Boss Radio with your host, Prophetic Voice Brinkley. My awesome, and amazing guest, a woman that's on the rise, Tina Batten of Sister Batten Productions. I want you to continue to have an amazing night and just think about the message of hope and encouragement that she has given you relating to the production company. Just know that the doors of opportunity are there for you. You have an amazing night. Blessings to everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you again for the opportunity. I love everybody.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. Good night.